MC.
Hello and welcome to Fish Wrap, a weekly roundup of accurate fish reports, truthful-ish stories, and the occasional lie. We'll help you find the best places to find fish. We'll interview those people who regulate and protect our shared resources, and even better, we'll introduce you to the characters who make fishing, hunting, and just being outdoors so fantastic. This week for episode 2, we offer a boatload of information and tips for catching bonito and bonita, how to tell the difference, and how to pack your tackle box for the big chase. As always, thanks for listening. Summer is giving way. Her early mornings are darker than last month's. It's hot on deck, and it's hot on the swim platforms. The Daily Mail is a back-to-school irritation. Warm seas and the advance of fall means the arrival of bonito and bonita, fierce summer competitors who are notoriously elusive and absolute victories when brought to the gunnels. A long summer means they might arrive at August's tail end, or possibly hold off until September can wait no longer. Here's what the experts say about how to attract and catch a hot season's coolest fish. The two are often confused. Bonito are sarda, squaring them back to the Mediterranean island of Sardinia, anchoring them in the family of tunas and mackerels. They bear perfect racing stripes, broken only intermittently by brushes of wide shadows over some magically iridescent skin. Marvels of nature, bonito thrive from Nova Scotia to the Gulf of Mexico and many points east. If you ran a pen down the east coast of our shared continents, you'll likely find bonito. The IGFA International all-tackle record was 36 pounds 0 ounces, caught in 2006 in the Washington Canyon, just east of New Jersey. Bonita are Euthynis alteratus, often called false albacore, albies, fat alberts, little tuna. They're pelagic predators found around the world, speeding up to 40 miles an hour. Behind some dark spots scattered near their gill plates and just below their sharp dorsal fins are a series of wavy lines over their shimmering skin. They bear more in common with mackerel than with tuna. For gear, the fight starts with the rod. Captain Jerry Sparks of Northeast Boat and Kayak Charters recommends a stout 7-foot 6-inch Falcon rod. He likes the Falcon for its backbone and that it has enough strength to wrangle an angry fish without giving up a responsive tip. Dave Hino of Ocean State Tackles said, most anglers target albies and bonito with 7-foot or 7.5-foot rods with light spinning gear and 20 to 30 pound braid. Dave also recommends 20-pound fluorocarbon leaders. Surf anglers, he said, employ 9 to 10-foot rods with 30-pound braid and FC leaders. Fly fisherman Pete Farrell guided people for years to catch stripers and albies around Block Island. He recommends a 9-weight fast-action rod with intermediate lines. Intermediate lines sink just enough to present the fly when the fish are actively feeding in front of you, he said. Captain Renee of On the Rocks Charters also recommends an 8 or 9-weight rod and an intermediate line. The casting must be quick, he said, and the retrieve fast also. These fish are up and down quickly. Most will use the two-handed retrieve. Approach with caution, he said. Fish will spook at times. Bonito and albies race to consume shrimps, silversides, menhaden, and sand lances. They often target jetties, piers, and rock walls. For the business end of the rod, Dave Hino prefers half-ounce to 2-ounce lures for casting from boats. He said, I get casting distances of 60 to 80 yards, and I tie my jigs directly. Captain Renee spools his reels with at least 200 yards of braid finished with 30 inches of fluorocarbon leader. Most importantly, he said, your lure should be tied direct to braided line, no swivel or other hardware. I use the Slim Beauty knot to tie my fluorocarbon leader. The retrieve should be fast with the rod extended into the water. Captain Spark reaches first for a Rapala twitching minnow. He said, smaller ones seem to work. The CI Papas from Mirror work best for me. It's a great lure. Dave Hino uses metals like Daddy Max and Castmaster XLs along with some other soft plastics. He said, Albie snacks offer long casting without a jig head and are considered one of the best plastics. My favorite lures are Hoagie epoxy jigs. They offer durability, long casting distances, and some buoyancy. They skim along just under the surface and break water occasionally, he said. Deadly Dicks are also favorites, but Hino recommends replacing both their split rings and the hooks, as they don't hold nearly as long as the lure will last. Captain Rene reaches for swim baits early on, then for the metals. He said, "When the main population appears, I'll use metal lures like Deadly Dicks and Hoagie SI epoxy jigs. These are my go-to baits. Colors will be critical on some days. Silver, white, pink, green, they're all my favorites." Pete starts with identifying what's in the water before choosing his flies. He likes small epoxy flies to mimic bay anchovies, epoxies and deceivers for silversides, and baby bunker flies for baby bunker. Yellow and white, depending on their conditions, are often his preferred colors. Bonito and Bonita will break the spell of summer doldrums, but their fleeting appearance also signals the short, cool days of fall. There's no need to rush to their arrival, but now's the time to heed the advice and counsel of our seasoned guides and tackle store owners to be best prepared for the rush that is Bonito and Bonita season.
Thank you for listening this week of Fish Rap Writer, the podcast. For more information or for more podcasts, please visit fishrapwriter.com. Thank you.